All hell is breaking loose in California right now as a militarized ICE is invading the farms in California. They're in Ventura County. They're in Santa Barbara County. They're in Fresno County. They are in Tulare County. They're going after farm workers who are picking blueberries. They're going after cannabis farmers. They are in Ventura County in Oxnard, going after a packing house at Boscovich Farms. And the owners there say, absolutely, we're not letting ICE in. We have mayors like the mayor of Paris who's out there saying, stay at home if you're a migrant, stay at home if you're a farmer. These ICE raids are brutalizing and tearing apart and ripping up the communities. You saw that at the outset. That was in Camarillo. Let me show you another video of what was happening in Camarillo as a CBP helicopter, a Customs and Border Patrol helicopter, kind of lands, and you'll see the huge militarized presence in Camarillo. I'm going to show you some other videos of what's going on in Camarillo. And then we're going to go, Camarillo's in Ventura County, just for your geography. And then we're going to go and talk about what was happening in Santa Barbara, what's happening in Tulare, what's happening in Fresno and elsewhere. But watch what happens when the CBP helicopter lands. Let's play it.
Protesters who have showed up to vehemently protest what's going on here. And just in the last few minutes, Customs and Border Patrol helicopter has entered the scene here. They are landing in the middle of the farm as we speak. It does appear that they were not planning to be here as long as they have been. And so this helicopter that you're looking at here, guys, apparently just made a run over to Van Nuys Airport for some cases of water, which is what they're bringing into the scene here. So there are a whole team of ICE agents at the farm. There are other agents down there as well as the National Guard police standing guard and protecting Laguna Road as this enforcement action takes place right here, going into hour number 4 this afternoon. Again, a major situation transpiring here in Camarillo.
Here's another view, and I'll just show you the B-roll here of what it looks like in Camarillo as these military ICE officers, hundreds of them, roll in and start to terrorize the community there in Camarillo. Take a look right here. Here is another shot of what's taking place. Let's play this clip right here.
This is happening at Wood and Laguna, and you now see the military vehicles advancing despite those protesters trying to make a stance and trying to stop the military vehicle from continuing on. And there's cameras rolling, cell phone cameras rolling. And this group of people are really trying to get this military vehicle to stop, and it doesn't appear that it will. It is continuing to push forward, and now the people are moving away from in front of that military vehicle, which is a good thing. We don't want to see anyone get hurt, but again, you see this grouping of military vehicles advancing toward the federal agents further down on the street.
And here you can see some community members who are really pissed and trying to slow down this convoy of ICE agents. They're bringing in tanks, like they're turning our cities as if it was the American military in Iraq and Afghanistan. Look at the tanks and just look what's happening. This is in Camarillo as well. Let's play this clip. Here's another view from Camarillo. Let me show you right here.
We're literally running through the fields. They're shooting us through the fucking fields. They're shooting us, and where's the fucking police? Call 911.
Now, here's what the mayor of Paris, California, had to say. Let's play this clip. Paris is in Riverside County. Just again for your geography here, play this clip.
The city of Paris has received reports of ongoing ICE operations within the area. We urge all residents to remain calm, stay indoors when possible, and know your rights. Do not go out unless necessary. Stay at home and do not open the door to strangers. This message is for awareness and safety. The city is committed to protecting the dignity and well-being of all our residents. Please stay safe and continue to monitor official city communications.
So then in Carpinteria, which is in Santa Barbara County, again, this was happening all throughout California. Here's Congressman Salud Carbajal, who's the congressman of that area in Carpinteria. So he's denied access by ICE agents during one of the raids by ICE of a nearby location and of the farms there. You can see, just take a look right here at the ICE agents. Here, Congressmember Carbajal, you'll see that he tries to speak to some of the ICE agents, and he's basically turned around. Lots of people were injured. Kids were injured based on some of these flash grenades that were being thrown at the crowd. But here's Congressmember Carbajal trying to, again, he's legally allowed to see what's going on in his congressional district, but America is run by a fascist dictatorship right now. I can't even imagine what our international viewers are thinking of our country as I can't know what our American viewers are thinking about. But watch as the congressman is blocked by Donald Trump's Gestapo. Here, play this clip. And we heard from Congressmember Carbajal, who talks about going to Casitas Pass Road in Carpinteria after learning in Santa Barbara County, after learning that ICE was conducting a militarized raid targeting the farm workers. He goes, as a member of Congress, I had the right to conduct oversight, but I was denied entry. Here's what happened. Listen to his story here. Play this clip.
I'm here at a nursery in Carpinteria where ICE just finished an ICE raid operation. I got here, I got many calls from constituents, from social media. We saw what was happening, and I came here to do my congressional oversight responsibilities. When I got here, there was obviously a crowd of protest, and it was overkill. Over 50 ICE agents that were here, and they were conducting this operation. They were creating fear, anxiety, and intimidation. They were dressed in military garb, clothing, military-grade weapons. They were just creating an untenable, incendiary circumstance where they could have got members of the public and themselves hurt. They were pouring gasoline on the flames of this situation. This is ridiculous. There was a child that was hurt. They deployed in various flash devices and smoke devices. Here's part of the shrapnel that came from one of those devices, and it actually hurt a young child that was in the crowd. This is deplorable. This should not be happening on our soil. Individuals dressed like military personnel on our soil. We don't do that in America. This is overkill. This was ridiculous. This was a bunch of crap. And I'm here to do our oversight. They didn't let me through. I saw other members of the public right through here on bicycles. And certainly they did not let me go through the line, the perimeter line that they created. Eventually they dispersed, and that's why I'm here right now. And it's my understanding they apprehended 10 out of the 12 individuals that were here. I got that from the owner of this nursery, not from the ICE agents. Nobody would speak to me. I only got a card from the government relations person and asked me to, if I wanted information, to call Los Angeles. This is unacceptable. If I'm here as a member of Congress doing my oversight responsibility, I should be given the information and the contact information that I need. And that was not the case today. This is deplorable.
Let me show you how LA Times is reporting this right now. ICE expands immigration raids into California's agriculture heartland. Alarm spread through California agriculture centers as panicked workers reported that federal immigration authorities, who had largely refrained from major enforcement action in communities in the first months, were showing up at farm fields. This only escalated. And again, I'm showing you the escalation of what happened on Thursday, right here. In a statement issued Thursday, Boscovich Farms, a packaging house in Boscovich Farms, in Oxnard and Ventura County. Here's what they said at Boscovich Farms. We do not authorize federal immigration authorities to enter its packing house or any other facilities, nor did federal authorities enter any of Boscovich's farms facilities. The company did not respond to requests for further comment. Hazel Davalos, of the group Cause, said there were reports of immigration and customs enforcement agents trying to access multiple farms in Oxnard, but were denied entry there. Strader said that she did not yet have information about the number of people detained in the raids, but that the fear among the workers was pervasive. At least half of the estimated 255,000 farm workers in California are undocumented. These are people who are going to be afraid to take their kids to school, afraid to go to graduation, afraid to go to the grocery store. The harm that is going to be done, it talks about, is massive. In Tulare County, near the community of Rich Grove, immigration agents emerged near a field where farm laborers were picking blueberries, causing some workers to flee. In Fresno County, workers reported federal agents summoned Border Patrol trucks in the fields near Kingsburg. Maureen McGuire, chief executive of the Ventura County Farm Bureau, said immigration agents visited 5 packing facilities and at least 5 farms in fertile Oxnard Plain. They attempted to enter Glass House Farms, a cannabis greenhouse, she said, but the owners informed them it was private property and turned them away. She said the agents then moved into the surrounding area, attempting to gain access to properties without judicial warrants. Let me repeat that. Without judicial warrants. Agents also stopped Know Your Rights. Without judicial warrants, you don't talk to them. You do not let them in ever. And don't talk to them in general. It goes on to say agents also stop people on their way to work, she said, adding that in her view, the agents were targeting non-white people in beater cars as a form of racial profiling. McGuire said she received calls from growers reaching out on behalf of workers who were afraid to leave the fields, asking if it was safe. Unfortunately, I couldn't assure them, she said. It's just really sad and disappointing and unlawful. The expansion in rural communities follows days of coordinated raids in urban areas of Los Angeles County, where authorities have targeted home improvement stores, restaurants, and garment manufacturers. The enforcement action has prompted waves of protest, and the Trump administration has responded by sending in the Marines and the National Guard. You saw the Congress members who were there. Also, it's notable, ACLU attorneys representing the United Farm Workers and 5 Kern County residents sued the head of the Department of Homeland Security and U.S. Border Patrol officials, alleging the Border Patrol's 3-day raid in the southern San Joaquin Valley in early January amounted to a fishing expedition that indiscriminately targeted people of color who appeared to be farm workers or day laborers. It goes on to say that Judge Jennifer Thurston of the U.S. District Court of the Eastern District of California said in an 88-page ruling that evidence presented by the ACLU established a pattern and practice at the Border Patrol of violating people's constitutional rights when detaining people without reasonable suspicion and then violating federal law by executing warrantless arrests without determining flight risks. Thurston's ruling required the Border Patrol to submit detailed documentation of any stops or warrantless arrests in Central Valley and show clear guidance and training for the agents on the law. So we'll keep you posted every step of the way, folks, but that's what's going down here in California. Donald Trump sending the army against people living in the United States of America, trying to destroy and invade California and terrorize the people here. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 6 million subscribers.
Can't get enough Meidas? Check out the Meidas Plus Substack for ad-free articles, reports, podcasts, daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, and more. Sign up for free now at MeidasPlus.com. MeidasPlus.com.